Okay, what inspired you to do art now?
I don't know, probably just growing up with it and always wanting to do art and just finding it really fun and just time consuming. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is your work informed by certain concepts or themes from your childhood, background, socioeconomic status, or where you lived or were raised?
It was a big part of my life. I really like The Lion King, a Disney movie. It's always been my favorite, and I took a lot of inspiration off of that. I've always had a thing for like big cats. They're like my favorite animal, and yeah, I just really like doing those kind of things and just cartoons in general.
Okay, so how does this impact how you see the world and create art?
Like when you, like for instance, you talk about how you put together that self-portrait.
I just want to make cool stuff and make money out of that cool stuff. I like doing it, and if other people like it, I want to make money off of it. I'm going to be completely honest with it.
That's a good goal.
Yeah, I wanted to do like something different. I didn't want to be like generic and just have a normal drawing, like black and white. I wanted to put a little bit of color into it and make it just like pop out. And originally, I was gonna draw my face on there, but I said no. And I thought adding a cartoon face would make it look just a little bit cooler. And so I did that. And I don't know.
So how did you decide like which things to put in the background?
A lot of these little things are just doodles that I usually draw and just things that I'm used to drawing. So I just wanted to incorporate that into my art and make it seem like more of my creativity and like just me in general.
So how did you set up like the photo shoot and everything?
I had a friend come in here and just take pictures of me and just, that's me. It's me right there with the phone, the hat. And I thought it'd be a cool picture. So, and I wanted to do a little bit of something with perspective and make it look cool, I guess. And I'm pretty satisfied with it. It doesn't look too bad.
Okay, and how has your educational background and any experiences that may have contributed to your evolution as an artist?
I took art a lot. And like every single grade that I've been in, I have always been in an art class. I just feel like that's improved a lot of my work, especially in high school, because I'm getting a lot more experience in education on art with like practicing and just really trying to make things look as best as possible and not rushing through them. And I just feel like this grade, I improved a lot this grade from art. Like, I made 3 canvas paintings, and 2 of them were pretty good. They weren't the best, but my newest one that I made was a lion, and I'm really happy with that one, like, very happy with it. And I took the time out of my day, I brought home that canvas painting, and I just worked my hardest on it. Took my time, and I got her done. What it aims to say, I don't know, I just like making cool things. If like people find it cool, then it's cool. I just want to be different, not necessarily different, but I want to be creative and draw stuff that people like haven't drawn. I take a lot of inspiration with a lot of other people's drawings, but this specifically, I just wanted to put like my own stuff into it. And actually, my grandmother played a big part in this, especially with my canvas paintings, because she asked me to draw or paint her a tiger once. And I was so happy with the first one that I ever did that I just wanted to keep on doing more and make it look, I don't know, like put a little something in it to make it just look a little bit different. And I've just stuck with that pretty much. Yeah, I really like doing that. Like, having something that would be real and then putting cartoons or something into it, I feel like it's a really good mashup, and it makes it look just out of there, like out of this world, and I really like doing it like that.
What are your artistic ambitions?
My artistic ambitions are to get into an art school and be able to progress more and make my art better, and maybe one day be able to sell my art and be able to make a living off of it. That is a very big goal for me, very ambitious, and we're hoping and praying that something like that can just come my way.
And what artists do you look to for inspiration and guidance?
Pretty much Disney and Ed Roth. Ed Roth was the one that made Rat Fink, and just the style that he draws in is just, I love it so much. Like, there's just so much crazy stuff happening, there's so much expression and emotion in it, and pretty much how I like figured out Ed Roth and like the Rat Fink style was my dad, because my dad told me to draw something once because he's really into cars, and I like drawing it, so I just kept on drawing it. And sometimes I like to add things in that kind of style or make it look more cartoony or like an old kind of style, like, you know, like 50s Disney animation, and just, I don't know.
So what genre does your work fall into? You kind of just went over like the cartoon part, but you also do like realism.
Yeah, I do realism. It's pretty much just a mashup of realism and cartoony or just unrealistic backgrounds. I really like making a realistic portrait or realism drawing and then adding a weird background or something that just mixes it up a little bit. I want to be original. I don't want to be just like everybody else. Make a realistic painting of an animal and have a realistic background. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to do something creative, something different. So that's what I do. And I try to make it look good. And yeah.
Give me 1 second. How have you developed your art making?
A lot of practicing and a lot of like my family coming up to me and telling me to draw them something. I have a lot of experience with that, and I don't know, because everybody, like my dad, like, just like any of my parents, any of my family ask me, they're like, oh, like, can you draw me this? I'm like, I can try, and I just try and figure out what to do, and if it's something that I haven't drawn, I try and do it like best as possible, and that really helps me with just making different stuff and practicing with my art style or just something that I'm not used to doing in general.
What exhibitions are you working on or have you participated, and what are your goals in those?
Here I've entered something in this Scholastic this high school year, and haven't got anything yet, but I'm really hoping and praying eventually I will. I hope that next year I can enter some of my stuff into my portfolio. I'm hoping that I can enter my portfolio with all of my canvas paintings and get at least a silver key at most, or an honorable mention. I wouldn't be unhappy with an honorable mention.
How do you seek out opportunities?
Anybody asks me to draw something, I draw it. And I just take that as like a little practice for myself.